Oh, hello, didn't see you there. You're looking magnificent. Um, American Horror Stories Freak Show, episode 8, Bloodbath. Um, let's read what the TV tells us what it is. Ethel becomes suspicious of Elsa's after disappearances occur around camp. Meanwhile, Gloria tries to contain Dandy's bloodlust. This episode is by far my favorite episode of the whole season. Sorry about that. The craziness starts off with what was her name? Dandy's mom. I just said her name. Um, Goes to a shrink and she's smoking a cigarette constantly. So talking about Dandy's childhood. Apparently, he was the type of kid you can't say no to. He goes crazy if you say no. It showed him playing with the little girl. Um, Little black girl, and she had big poofy pigtails and he cut one off, so he's running around her with scissors dancing. She's tied with a rope behind her back, to a chair. He killed a dog or a cat, but it looked like a dog after his mom said that she was mad at the cat because it dug up her flowers. He became best friends with the gardener's son, who was younger. They ran around happy playing all the time, and then that kid came missing. Um, Plus all the murders we know that he did as an adult. So the shrink wants to see him. She tricks him into it, saying it's a game. He goes and they do the cards with the ink blotches, and he says, like, I see a man murdering someone all the time. And then he says he's bored and wants to know the score. Um, the freaks were looking for Ma Petite, the little Indian girl, smallest woman in the world. We know what happened to her. Um, they find Jimmy finds her outfit, her clothes, um, on this, like, in the forest, in the woods, basically. Um, it went off without a hitch. The plan for Dale went off without a hitch. They found the clothes. Jimmy screams. It cuts commercial. They put the clothes in a box. They take it to Elsa. She puts on the acting in this show is so good, and it's crazy. Like, if you haven't watched any of the actual episodes, I believe they're up to, or the seasons, they're up to season 3. Coven is now on Netflix. Check them out. They're really good at character development. The acting's great. Some of the stories are kind of like but oh no, it's a pretty good series. Check it out if you have Netflix. They got all 3 seasons are up there. They take a while to put the most recent season on, but they got it. Um, so yeah, she does this grand thing where she's crying, and because Ma Petite was just so innocent and sweet little lady, and it, it's pretty sad. Uh, Ethel, Jimmy's mom, the bearded lady, she keeps a stern face the whole time, and she's drunk in Elsa's tent, and she's basically tired of her, like, she's tired of her shit. Pardon my language, but she's like tired of all the lies and the acts that Elsa puts on. Cause Elsa always says, like, I'm your savior. I saved you from where you were before. Cause every other freaks had like a hard life, um, and they blow up on each other and go back and forth. Cause Ethel heard the story, or not the story, but her talking to Richard, aka Stanley, um, last episode about getting rid of the twins, and they got missing again apparently, but they didn't say why. They're gonna say in the next episode, which comes on tonight at 10 o'clock, which I will watch. I'll get the review on here at 11, 11 something after it. So yeah, subscribe and all that junk, but So basically, what happens? They tell the story of how Elsa got her fake legs, because we learned before that she's a amputee. She made smut films, and someone cut off her legs at like the knee, as in one of her smut films. They drugged her, chopped her legs off. Because this is all after World War II. Um, yeah, there was a guy who was an amputee expert from the war. He went, I forget where exactly she said, but to make props for films. So he cleans her up and makes her some really nice fake legs, and Eto pops her in the leg, in the fake leg, because you murder a freak, and the freaks are gonna murder you. Um, they're gonna do, Eto was gonna take out Elsa and then shoot herself, because she's dying, and Elsa stole her heart when they killed Maputit, even though Elsa didn't kill Maputit, but, pretty sad opening, but it got way crazier. Um, Elsa says let's have a drink. The first time they ever drank, they took some shots. Elsa was practicing the throwing the knives in the previous episode, so she gets it and throws it, catches Ethel in the eye. Ethel's dead. How are they gonna cover that up? She talks to Richard, aka Stanley, aka the gay con man. Um, they tie a chain around her throat, tie the other end of the chain to a tree, throw her in a car, and put a brick on the gas. Boom, crash. Um, took her head off. Jimmy's pretty distraught about it. They have a little funeral for her too. Elsa didn't go to that funeral. She went to Miami to get a new fat lady. So once someone dies, they're gonna kind of replace them. Because remember, they got Penny the lizard girl, so that takes care of Waputit, and they got the fat lady to take over the bearded lady. Jimmy's drunk this whole episode, which kind of funny because last episode he told his dad about how he doesn't drink because of how it destroyed his mom's life. Now he's an alcoholic, basically. He's drunk the whole episode. Elsa tells him, look at the fat lady, and because she's got some big old boobies. So now he can cry on that. Basically, he says you're sick. Um, the freak women are tired of being pushed around by guys. Like they got the three-breasted woman who was pushed around by Dell, the strongman. They got Amazon Eve, who got into a struggle with the strongman in the previous episode. Um, I forget her name, but she's the half woman. She only has arms and torso and a head. And then they got Penny, the lizard girl, who is only a lizard girl because her father made her a lizard girl with tattoo artist, and it looks freaking awesome. Um, so they're tired of it, and they're gonna band together, and not in my house, is what the three-breasted woman says. Because Dell also killed the doctor, broke the doctor's hand, and threatened to murder him, because he was gonna help the three-breasted woman become a normal woman. Um, so they break into Penny's dad's house and take him back to the freak show, and basically they're gonna tar him and throw chicken feathers on him, or feathers from a pillow. They rip two pillows, they cover him in tar and feather him. Maggie, the fortune teller, comes in and says how like you can't do this, and they have an argument about how you don't know what it's like to be us, and you keep looking through the outside window, and Like, you don't know. Basically, like, the grass is always greener type of thing. And yeah, you'll go on to live a better life and all that jazz. She says, yeah, and she actually convinced Penny not to kill her father. Because they were also going to chop his dick off. Dingling, like they say. But it's TVMA LV. Um, intense episode. What else happened? So basically, she says Penny tells her dad, like, if you come back around here, you ain't gonna come back around here no more. Pretty much, like, basically, you come back, I'm gonna kill you. Um, so they say let throw him by the edge of the area they're in and let him crawl back, cause they tarred him and feathered him, burnt molten, boiling hot tar and feathers. Good luck with that shit. Amazon Eve was holding him and she pulls her hands away. You can hear the and the guy scream. Um, so you know that's gonna be fun taking that shower. Um, so this episode was entitled Bloodbath, or actually before that, Jimmy's drunk playing with bottles in the morning, like hanging on the back of his chair, and there's 4 bottles and he's got 2 on top, empty. Maggie comes, they have a little conversation about how he got to eat and like, what happened to the man I fell in love with, who was the leader, and yada yada yada. They scream, basically they split, and then he sees the fat girl, or the fat lady. That's what they call her. Hey, I don't got any problem with any. You're all beautiful to me. Everybody's beautiful in their own individual way. So he ends up like hugging her and getting on her boobie and crying. And this episode was entitled Bloodbath, not because of all the murder, but because Dandy tells the shrink that he read a book in National Geographic about old tribes eating the other tribes they get into war with, eating their flesh and the flesh of their witch doctor, if that would happen, or if he could take a bath in blood, if it would have the same effect. So his mom's on the phone with the doctor and how they're not going to need her services anymore, and the doctor's concerned for her safety because Dandy wanted her to kill the maid's daughter who showed up again. And the mom told her a lie about how she was out looking for squash. They don't know when she'll be back. So it ends with Dandy talking to his mother about how he can't love anybody and about how the old maid told him about the real story about how her father lost all their money and how she would do anything to get into a house like that again, and how she married her cousin and knew the basically that Dandy was gonna come out messed up. So then he says he's sorry for causing so much pain to her and he's gonna shoot himself. But she says she can't go on if he does that, and he says okay and shoots her. And then you get an ass shot of his ass, butt naked, and he steps into the bloodbath, and that's where it ends. This season's picking up. They got through the character development. I know it took a while. Some episodes dragged on. Shit's getting awesome. It's getting great. Come back in a few hours for the newest episode. I'll watch it live, and I'll do a well, not live, but because I live on the West Coast, so it comes on at 10, which is about 5 hours from now. So 6 hours for the review. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe for it. Like it if you want. Peace. Thanks for watching again.